Let's have a look at the situation for race 5 on the card. It's the halfway mark of the 10-race card at Sha Tin Sunday afternoon. Class 4, 1400 metres, second leg of the TT, first leg of the 6-up with a $1.9 million jackpot. Amazing chocolate drops in class. We go down to Viva Council Royal Racer, Voyage King, over the page, second part, gorgeous again, Bullish Glory, Casemiro for Joe Moreira, Mr Magellan and Roman Odyssey, possibly the likely pace in the race, drawn barrier 12 for Ben. So Voyage King and Dashing Dart, who's had 2 trials leading in Dashing Dart, have both been up at Chunfa. I mentioned Roman Odyssey may be the speed of the race, and that's the way the picture looks.
It's going to be exactly unfolding that way, I think, with Roman Odyssey, the 23 start maiden for Manfred Mann, and Ben So surging forward here. I think he's going to be up there. You've got Viva Council, who's another one that can be there from time to time. Casemiro didn't try badly the other day at Sha Tin. Royal Racer, Dionysus Colin, we know he gets really worked up. He's drawn out wide there for Vincent Ho. He normally settles midfield or worse.
Not a bad end of the season for Royal Racer. He won and he ran third at his last 2 starts, both at Happy Valley, mind you, but he did run second previously at Sha Tin. He's just drawn wide. That's what's going to make it awkward for him, but he's a fit horse and moves nicely. This horse has improved in the off-season. Casemiro, Joe Moreira aboard. He's getting down to a really low rating now, and he's stepping up to a decent trip. They ran him over 1,000 quite a few times last season, up to 1,400 metres. He looks good as well. And I like the piece of work here from Mr Magellan. He's closest to us, just working with the Mongolian King. But I thought he was going as well, if not better than him, and he's just going off there as well. So another one who had a good end to the season.
I think Royal Racer is an interesting runner. He hasn't had a trial leading in, as Paul mentioned, but possibly could be one who takes closer order looking at that speed map. Let's start at the top. Amazing Chocolate does get the drop in class. A nice second behind Right Choice back in March is his best effort recently. He's got to carry the weight, but easier opposition.
Yeah, it is easier, but with that weight, doesn't help him too much. You see where he was when we started rolling this clip, and he was back with about 1 horse behind him, and he threads a path through between runners there. Gap sort of looked like it was going to close there, sort of balked at it for a couple of strides, now starts to stride through. So there was some improvement, I thought, with that run there from Amazing Chocolate.
Yeah, look, he's won one really good race, I thought, behind Right Choice earlier in last season from his 7 starts at Sha Tin. The weight put me off, 133.
Yeah, he's an interesting one, there's no doubt about it. I'm sure there will be a few that support him. Pearl Champion ran second here. Casemiro was 8th. Casemiro has trialled quite strongly, over 1,000 on Carnival night, closing off well. Pearl Champion has been a little bit hit-miss in his career. He had blood in the trachea here after finishing second. A repetition of this would see him go close, I would have thought.
Yeah, he drew 13 as well. He's drawn 2. He's got Blake Shen aboard. I really like him this race. I think this could be his race. He's really forward. I know they've put plenty of work into him in the off-season, so I do like him. And I think Casemiro, I like the way he hit the line as well. So I've got them both in.
He had 1 trial. He was beaten just on 23 links in that trial, but they didn't pressure him at all. He just stayed out the back and did his own thing.
Sunshine Warrior certainly looked to be a horse with some scope. We know Viva Council is a bit of an old boy. Voyage King has won a race off a rating of 67, but he's 1 from 16. He's a bit of a Milli Vanilli at the moment, a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, Sunshine Warrior, he's an interesting one here. He's had a 1 4th place, and this was his run 2 starts ago. Mark Cooler was able to get up and knock off Chairman Lowe on this occasion. Last start, he was very awkward at the start, and then I'm not really sure what was going on. He went round 3 and 4 wide and just sat there. Yeah,
look, it's an interesting runner. He's the dam won the New Zealand Oaks, so over 2,400 metres by Piero, but has run well over 1,400 before. I think there's something about this horse. I threw him in.
Yeah, there's definitely something about him. I really like the Piero progeny. I think they're nice, and I think he'll be better for that introductory season last time in. I mentioned Voyage King, 1 from 16. He's well rated, 1 off 67. He's now on 53. He's trialled quite nicely at Chunfa.
Yeah, another one that's got a good draw, barrier 3, so he should get a nice run in transit. As you can see, this trial, there was no pressure in it whatsoever, but he still won the trial. He came through the middle nicely enough. Graham Van Niekerk aboard, so he's another one with a chance. He drew 11 last time, so he's got a better draw.
Now, you tipped him when he won all that time ago, Paul.
Yeah,
have you got him in this time?
No.
No. OK, I'm going to go with him. Not saying I was a Vanilli fan, but...
I'm sure you were.
No, not so. Let's get the tips, Paul, from you first. You're a champion, though, a Pearl champion.
You know, it's true. I've got him on top. Pearl Champion. I'd really like him in this race. Barrier number 2 for him. Casemiro, the big improver. I think he'll run a race, and he's going well, this horse. 1400 looks ideal. Sunshine Warrior, and I like the track work from Mr. McGallion. He's drawn wide, just make it a bit awkward. 2, 11, 6 and 13. I think this could be Pearl Champion's race.
Yeah, I ended up siding with him as well, Pearl Champion. I thought Royal Race would be some sort of a chance here as well. Horse number 4 for Casper Founds and Chad Schofield. I thought he boxed on okay last time out. He was a winner 2-back. Chu Chow Kid, he's had a quiet trial behind Winner Supreme. And Dionysus Colony really gets himself into a state when he heads out onto the track. But he has run the odd good race, including that second 2 runs ago. 2, 4, 7 and 12.
Oh, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I think it's one of the trickier races of the day. Potentially there could be more speed than it looks on paper. I actually made a long shot in that race, but it's one I think you can shop and be some sort of chance, whatever your selection.